these people who come and just say ये मर रहा है, ये शादी टूट रही है, ये दो पत्ते लो, दो लौंग के ये खाओ और ये ग्रीन में ऐसा लिखो and all, they are frauds. And like, no, they are frauds. Newcomers are given a chance. Your first film is not bad. Oh, she'll develop, he'll develop. Whereas these star kids, from day one, they are judged by their parents' 20th film. It's not fair. They're also kids. Give them a chance to grow. Ibrahim and Kaveri are actually classmates. So I know that Amrita has been the most fabulous mother. My God. And I hope my daughter says that about me sometimes, but I don't know. I tried my best is all I'll say. So I just feel mujhe nahi karna hai. I don't want to do it. I'm happy. I live in a, good, happy, creative bubble and God's kind. So I don't do stuff that I don't get excited by. I was not really conscious that I'm doing something special or I'm doing anything that's going to have such a lasting impression. I was just having a good time. I was just doing my own thing.
How much of a drama queen are you actually, Suchitra, if I was to ask?
I'm a very good drama queen. I'm a very positive drama queen. I believe in drama for self-expression. I believe in drama for occupying your space in the world, quite literally. Because I think the way the term drama queen has been used is almost to like belittle and uh, diminish feminine expression, which I don't agree with. So in that sense, I think I'm a total drama queen because I embrace my sense of expression and my sense of emotion and just my freedom to express myself in the way that I want to express myself.
So that makes two of us. But you do say the women who actually embrace their individuality, their expression and identity
Yeah.
are not celebrated because they are always told adjust, or they're too toxic, or they're just they come on too strongly. These are several adjectives are attached or prefixed to them.
Yeah.
So how do you survive in this world? Because now this generation, they are everything we were told not to be.
I'm so glad this generation is everything we were told not to be, and I think it's women like us who have empowered this generation also because we bore the brunt, we took the flack for speaking out, for speaking up, for having the courage to be ourselves, and express ourselves. So I think the new generations are enjoying the fruits of our labor and our suffering, quite literally.
But being in the spotlight and being
Yeah,
a celebrity, because your voice counts, your
yeah,
opinion counts, but you've never shied away from calling a spade a spade. You have not toed the politically correct line. You've just said things the way they should be.
yeah.
You've also gotten bouquets and brickbats for the same. How difficult was it for you, if I may say, ask to shut that noise, also to take your stand? Because a lot of your colleagues then go back on the word, ये तो मैंने नहीं बोला था, उस time मेरा mind space ऐसा था. They try to undo the damage, but you've stood by everything, come what may.
I think I'm responsible enough. So when I think I've said something wrong, which has been in a few cases, I don't deny it. I have picked up the phone and apologized. I have apologized publicly. But if I think what I'm saying, I have the strength of my conviction, then I don't back down because I feel if I'm saying something, I'm saying it responsibly. And if I believe in it, then I will stick by it.
So now,
But not at the cost of hurting others.
no,
Yeah.
that you don't do, but I'm just like, what I meant to say was you speak your truth
Yes.
unapologetically. And
Yeah.
that takes a lot of strength to do so, especially in this time when you are told to, sugarcoat everything you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what.
Everything is politically incorrect. You can't use this word. You can't use that word. Everything is body shaming. Everything is gender bashing. It's like, hello, can I just talk? Excuse me.
In
Yeah.
our time, I
Yeah.
think all of us needed to be in therapy, and we would have had legal suits against everyone around us. Yeah, the way
Yes.
we were all everything, whether in the workspace, you coming from an industry which was not so woke as it is now. Imagine all that we've been through.
Yeah.
So now coming to drama queen, putting your story back again now in the audible musical form. How cathartic was it? And also, did you look back at the past with new eyes? Because sometimes you get that, what do I say, the perception of distance as well, and also of it having had happened over a period of time. So what was it like?
See, Drama Queen was very cathartic for my whole family, frankly.
Hmm.
Because initially, when I wrote the book, mom was okay with it. She kind of said, you're an artist, you must stand by what you believe. Dad said, why do you want to write all this, that? Then they stood by me. And I think the fact that we all saw each other and respected the way we saw each other and embraced our relationship and, just forgave and loved each other through that whole process. Because I remember the first time my mom came to see Drama Queen, I was very nervous because the whole play is based on her and everything. And I was like, I hope she doesn't feel bad. I hope she reacts well. And you won't believe it, my mom's voice was she was laughing the loudest throughout the play. She was laughing the loudest. Her voice was, ringing in the whole auditorium. And after the play, this was I think it was the first opening night or something. And it was, she came and she hugged me and she said, it's brilliant. And frankly, I didn't know I was so funny. Because she herself, she's like, I didn't know the things I say are so funny. Now I see that they're funny.
And the thing is, you wear many hats, and also over the years, you've kind of embraced many facets of your personality, whether it was that of a singer, actor, writer. Now, you have your own channel where, you want your voice to be heard. Was that something that reinvention, for us now in this day and age, making reels and sitting and doing has become a necessity? But for you, did it come naturally, or did you also see it as like to keep oneself relevant, and especially in your industry?
See, I started painting and writing. Of course, I used to write a lot of poetry in school and, stuff like that. I started painting and writing only after my daughter was born because I started to stay home more and more. And obviously, you can't sit around doing nothing.
Hmm.
So I wanted to do stuff that I could do from the house and still be around her because I had no family to help out in raising her and all that. So that's how my painting and my writing and all that started. And singing, acting, everything I've been doing since I was a kid. So that's my core. I mean, singing, I would say, is my core competence. Yeah.
No, no, that's amazing. And especially in a time like in the 90s, you were an actor also, as well as a pop star. You
Yeah.
had two parallel careers and you
Yes.
managed that really well. And for many of us, you still remain Ana Mere Pyar Ko To Chhuta. And that movie, I mean, who knew when you all worked on that movie that it actually would become the cult classic that it is? So much so that Shah Rukh Khan says if he could go back in time, that's the only movie he wants his parents to see. And how he still regrets no one gives him work like that. And those were the time when, you, I would say, were the bigger, like, known face compared to Shah Rukh and Deepak, who were just making their way into the industry. But if you go back in time, what was that time like?
I think in that time, everything happened so fast. I kind of just hopped and skipped and flew between one thing to another. So I was not really conscious that I'm doing something special or I'm doing anything that's going to have such a lasting impression. I was just having a good time. I was just doing my own thing and it just worked out. So
How did that?
I feel grateful. I feel grateful. Yeah.
How different is that time from now that your daughter is all set to make her debut? And now she, of course, becomes someone who comes with a surname and family attached. And this industry, in your time, also was not a forgiving place, but now the more so because thanks to social media. How difficult is it?
I think every artist has their own journey and you cannot protect them from their journey. I think just because things happened with me in a certain way doesn't mean it'll happen with her in a similar way. She's going to have entirely her own journey, her own graph. She'll make her own decisions and she'll grow in her own way. So I think as a mom, I just want to support her unconditionally. You know, like I frankly don't believe that, like, I don't see myself as a careerist. I think I've just done things I love. So I don't even say in my career. I've never used those words in my career because I don't think of things I do as my career. They are just a way of my life. They're just a way of life for me. So for her also, she'll have to choose. Make her own choices, decide what is important, what is not important. And I think what is important to you is important. The outside perceptions don't matter. So as long as she figures out what is important to her and gives that her truth and her effort, you know and her all. That's fine.
Do you think in this day and age, because we all talk like that hard work counts, your conviction counts, you need to be determined. But then when you see certain things happening around you, you will like, where does all that go? Because it's again comes to connections, about your social currency, kitne followers hain, tumhara kya kar rahe ho. There's that side of it also, which is very frustrating. But that's the sad truth. You don't know how to, find a way out.
Navigate it. Yeah, but I think that is the truth. And I think there's a good thing from all this is also because, everybody has a chance today. Everybody. So if you're at the one hand, you're talking about a Nepo baby getting these opportunities and connections. There is also the plumber who's gone from a chawl to owning a flat and a car because he put every day, every task on social media, on Instagram. He started, in fact, I heard about this plumber just yesterday or day before yesterday. He just started all his jobs. He had one friend or something carrying, tagging along with a camera. And now he roams around in a car. He has assistants who do his job. So I think it's giving opportunity to everybody. And that is a great thing. So in a sense, it doesn't matter if you're somebody's daughter or something, it may get you a few inroads. But ultimately, if it's your connection to the audience, it's your connection to the people.
So also something, also you are someone who didn't allow yourself to get, what I would say, typecast and especially stereotype in the industry. Because, when you realize maybe acting offers were not what you wanted them to be, you diversified. How actually difficult is it to navigate this space?
Um, See, when I was there are two phases when I was working. One is the Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na thing. I quit immediately after that film. In fact, even during the film, I had decided I'm not doing any more films because for personal reasons. But now I find it very different because the kind of stuff I'm being offered, people keep saying, why aren't you acting more? Why aren't you acting more? And I don't see the point in doing things that don't excite me. I just don't take up, I think 90% of the stuff that comes my way because I'm like, यार ये ऐसा मत लेके आओ मेरे पास, it's not fair.
So
So
now,
I don't know, it's a different, and they see because there's so much content, there's so many people, and when you're not riding a wave of stardom, you get uh, pitched along with some 20 other people who are more than happy to do that at half the price and, half the thing. So life changes and you have to adapt to it and make your choices. So I just feel, mujhe nahi karna hai. I don't want to do it. I'm happy. I live in a, good, happy, creative bubble and God's kind. So I don't do stuff that I don't get excited by. A few times I've done stuff like that, maybe for friends or something, and I've said, like, why did I do it? Because as an artist, I don't mean to sound boastful, but I have a certain stature I want to kind of maintain artistically,
yeah,
and I cling by that. And if people don't see that, then I feel then we are not aligned to
yeah,
work
absolutely.
together. That's it.
Absolutely. And now you have your own channel also. And I do see a lot of actors, prefer. I think maybe it also gives you that platform to say your truth because every day there's something or the other written, you're misquoted, but you've also using your channel to basically talk about the Gharanas, India's musical legacy, things I just feel Gen Z doesn't know about. Can't blame them. Where do they hear? I mean, for them, it's all like our grandparents used to listen to it. Kahan jayenge? But I heard that I saw your videos. They're like chotu chotu videos, and it's
Yeah.
interesting to hear vignettes. And sometimes, instead of going on Chat GPT, which is wrong most of the time, and Wikipedia, it's nice to hear somebody give you. So, what was the idea behind having this platform as well?
I know Wikipedia says I have 10 years of training, but frankly, I have 30 years of training. So I
Right.
think that's not updated itself. But I just wanted, because my life, in a way, since I was a kid, has been so steeped in music. Sisters in MA, I started learning so young. And over the years, I've gained a kind of knowledge and experience. So I wanted to do something that I can talk with a certain experience and authority with, you know. So I'm trained. I'm trained in Indian classical. I know my Western notations. I know the history. I play a little bit of guitar. I play a little bit of harmonium. I play a little bit of keyboard. I compose my own music. So I have a knowledge in music. So I said that is what I should bring to the fore. Otherwise, what do I say? ऐसे कपड़े पहनो, ऐसे इनर वेयर पहनो, या ऐसे पकड़ो गैस निकलेगा and all. It's not my
I
scene.
know
Yeah.
exactly, or sit with an astrologer and ask
Yeah,
him.
sit with an astrologer, दूसरों की बर्बादी करो. So I think music is something that's a very divine, it's so divine and infinite. And I just wanted to tap into that very pure and vast space.
Awesome, and you've just rendered Vande Mataram again.
Yes.
This is something that it's a timeless melody, I would say, and a
Yeah.
song that's close to everyone's heart over
Yeah.
the years. So what was it for you? Was it like healing, emotional, and what do you want people to take away from your rendition? Because everyone has their own story, their own emotions attached to every.
So I've been wanting to do Vande Mataram for a long time,
Ah,
frankly. At least 4-5 years से मैं बोल रही हूँ, next year मैं Vande Mataram करूँगी. So this time I said, now, I'm just ticking things off my bucket list. Everything is going tuck, 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 tuck. So Vande Mataram was one such. And also, uh, though Vande Mataram was started, and associated with the freedom movement, I've always found that the renditions of Vande Mataram in the public space have been quite fierce and aggressive. Yes. Whereas I wanted to give it a prayer. It's also a prayer. It's a prayer. The motherland is all encompassing. It's not just freedom from the British. It's freedom, our self freedom, our self realization. So many things. So I wanted to give it that flavor of a hymn and a prayer. So जो assembly में हम लोग गाते थे school college में. I think if my Vande Mataram is sung there, I would be so
that would
thrilled.
be wonderful because these days, you do read everywhere. A lot of these kids also, which now even grown-ups, as they say, all of us are going through something or the other. It's always grounding yourself.
Yeah.
And that again is to the Mother Earth.
Yeah.
That's where the grounding. So that's
Yeah.
also Vande Mataram.
Yeah.
That's your.
Yeah.
So I get that, more power. And
Thank you.
also, you've always spoken about bringing up Kaveri as a single mom. And it's really nice because there is you. Then there is also Sarah Ali Khan who embraces. She's openly spoken about her mom, Amrita's, how she shaped her. And I like the fact because आपकी फिर वो इंडस्ट्री में नहीं बोलते. How important was it for you to speak about being a single parent, and how did that change you as a person? Because I'm sure she also taught you a lot.
See, Ibrahim and Kaveri are actually classmates, so I know that Amrita has been the most fabulous mother. My God. And I hope my daughter says that about me sometimes, but I don't know. I tried my best, is all I'll say. I tried my best, and yeah, I think as a parent, you just do whatever you can, Now, whether it's worked out, not worked out, is all in retrospect. That only Kaveri can tell you. But I tried my best, and I tried my best not just as a single mother, but I tried my best also to not isolate her from her father, which I've seen many parents do. So throughout Kaveri's growing up, I was also very particular that she has an equally strong relationship with her father, regardless of our relationship. Because I know that I'm so close to my father. He's the most, he's like my pivotal point in my life. He's always been. Even today he's passed away, but I have conversations with him. He's been such an anchor, such an anchor. And I think every girl, especially every girl child, needs that. So I tried my best, is all I can say. I did the best I could under the circumstances, according to my capacity over the years.
But it takes a lot of guts to speak about your personal life, but you like cleared it all. Like, yes, it didn't work out, and instead of people speculating, and there's a whole lot of nonsense also written around. How do you navigate the situation? And also, then you had a little child, because Ajkal I just feel it's worse because with social media, every day something is written about parents, the kids get to read it. How do you how do you work on your kid, especially being in the space that you are in?
See, I think while it's very important to be very, very protective of your children, which we all are, we also have to, be kind on ourselves, know that we are emotional, we are human beings. We do the best we can, we make our mistakes. Yeah, there are some things I've regretted saying in the press, but they were not false. I was like, they've hurt people, especially they've hurt my family, they've hurt my child, they've hurt my mother, they've hurt my whatever. But वो emotionally I forgive myself, it's yeah. So I think it's very difficult to draw the line and say कि ये मैंने सही किया, ये मैंने गलत किया, जो किया किया बस यार अभी क्या करें.
No, no, absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
we're all evolving over the years. But
yeah.
also, as you said, Kaveri and Ibrahim, that poor guy got so much of flack for his, his movie. What do you actually, does she observe all this? Or does she come to you for advice, like saying, like, how does one deal with this? Because people have already formed a perception even before you made your debut.
People say Nepo babies are so privileged. They don't see the other side, the pressure, the trolling, the pressure that they have on themselves to live up to legacies already created. Newcomers are given a chance. Your first film is not bad. Oh, she'll develop, he'll develop. Whereas these star kids, from day one, they are judged by their parents' 20th film. It's not fair. They're also kids. Give them a chance to grow. And in today's day and age, I mean, people talk about opportunity access. There are leading casting directors of the country coming on Instagram saying, "Send me your bio and come and meet me." So there's opportunity for everybody. So don't blame these poor children and
Absolutely.
don't hate on them. I mean, the kind of hate they get is they don't deserve that.
Absolutely. And
Right.
I'm going back to Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na because you quit soon after. Who knew? Have you ever thought, hadn't you quit, where my career would have been? Because you were very, very good in that film.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I would have had a glorious career. But it was not my priority, you see, at that point.
Yeah. But when you see Shah Rukh, who was just like coming up, Sunil, and today the world.
When I see his house, I feel, अरे ऐसा घर होना चाहिए. But yeah, but I mean, even stardom is a lot of work, is a lot of management, is a lot of intelligence. It's not just a fluke. So
And
your
the poor man after
opportunities come and, God is on your side and everything, but to just hold it all together also is a lot of work.
उसको 30 after 30 years he gets a national award. They finally acknowledge him when even for a movie that everyone thought he actually deserved it for the previous films. So
Yeah.
you're right, that whole perception. But if you were to meet the Suchitra of, say, Anna, I would say Suchitra who played Anna, what would you say to her today if she was to meet you and you could be on a time capsule? What would you say to
I would be, don't be in a rush, bacha. Don't be in a rush. Give yourself time. Enjoy your life. Don't start doing elder people things when you're still a baby. Yeah.
her? Honestly.
Yeah.
So now what next?
Well, I'm just got into this world of AI. So I'm
Yeah, yeah,
really,
yeah. I want
really
to ask you about
fascinated.
every AI. I mean, where do we go from there? Is it going to take over our
So
life?
my Vande Mataram, the whole story, people have been arguing with me. Of course, it's you on that train. Of course, I'm like, hello, it's AI. I have not stepped out of my home for months. So AI is very, very fascinating. I don't even think it's the future. I think it's the present. And I'm exploring it. I hope for it to enhance my creativity a lot. I'm already recording my next single, and I'm kind of exploring how to say that entirely on my own through AI. And I've gone into saint student mode currently, because at one level I feel like, and the other level I'm just doing courses online and I'm just learning this and I'm doing this and it's become like an obsession.
Good spray. But how should we fear AI? Or, because at someone, Pratik Gandhi said that it's like nuclear bomb. It can be used for growth. It can also be used for destruction. So how,
Like anything, even when the internet came, people were so scared. The industrial revolution, people were so scared. The first time a microphone was introduced to the world, people thought it's the devil, it's the shaitan. So it's the same thing. Anything new scares people, but it's here. And of course, everything has its, energy itself it can be an atom bomb or it can be yeah, it can be a life force. So it all depends on how you use it, and I think as long as there are some the laws for, because right now the gray area is the laws around AI, because it can be quite exploitative. So once the laws which are coming in, all the countries are bringing in their laws and trying to make it more, democratic and more fair. And I think it's here, so there's no point being afraid of it.
No, I think
Now,
afraid.
like if you think AI is the dark, then just turn on the light. That's it.
I think we are all these days just fearing, as the industry also has now realized that the monsters they could created, because they all wanted to sit with podcasters. Everyone's become a podcaster. It's now, how do you tame the monster that you yourself created? What is your take on this sudden mushrooming of podcasters, and everyone coming out of the woodwork and spilling the beans like khulasa ho raha hai? Isn't that negativity that we are all consuming day in and
I
day out?
think there is a lot. I think definitely, and I've spoken about this and in the past also, especially these people who come and just say ये मर रहा है, ये शादी टूट रही है, ये दो पत्ते लो, दो लौंग के ये खाओ और ये ग्रीन में ऐसा लिखो and all, they're frauds. And like they are frauds. Like and see, they are predicting things that really impact people's health.
Subconsciously.
So there should be punishment and legal action against these quacks.
With you on.
There should be legal action against these quacks who are just spreading superstition and fear. They're just fear mongering. They're just fear mongering, and they should be, like there are superstition, anti-superstition, anti this, anti that acts. So there has to be some legislation against these quacks for fear mongering and spreading false news and superstition, and for malicious intent. सबको
Absolutely.
मरा रहे हैं, सबको डुबा रहे हैं.
It's terrible. I
Yeah,
totally agree with you.
yeah.
I'm with you on that. Totally. But thank you so much. Such a pleasure speaking to you.
Me
So
too.
let's see what you do next. Waiting for that. And all
Thank
the very
you.
best.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Pleasure talking to you too.
Right
Bye.
now.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.